What's up, fam? My name is Macro and I have a really cool tutorial to show you guys today. So I'm gonna make this one kind of quick. I want to get straight to the point. So the tutorial is gonna be on Riot 10 and YDG's new track called Hyphy. I remember my buddy Ike Da Vinci, he's another DJ producer friend of mine. He showed me this track when it was unreleased and I really liked it. So when this came out, from the time that I'm filming right now, yesterday, like, this shit is so sick. I like that it's simple and it hits hard, so I wanted to like remake it. It's kind of like in my style. So with that being said, like, this tutorial is going to be all about Serum and sound design and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to show you exactly what it is that I made.
One, two, throw it down.
Yeah, that is so sick. Riot 10, if you or YDG is watching, like, this track, it's probably like my favorite, and a lot of people were probably waiting for this too, so great job. So to show you guys real quick, if you hadn't heard it, this is the song itself.
1, 2, throw it down.
Dude, it's so sick. Like, awesome tune, and it's like really simple and like it's really good. So I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So yeah, the other things to like going on is basic like kick and snare. So yeah, kick is from Sultan's, sorry, the clap is from Sultan's sample pack, and the kick is too, because Sultan's sick. And like I've talked about in my past videos, I always use the Tisoki sample pack that has the different like sub basses in it, because they're all really good. So here's the sub bass. So with the sub bass, I just did the fades on it, and I kept it the same at the key that the song is in, and then for like the second hit right here, I just brought it up a semitone, and I just kept doing that. It's like that. It's like bouncing up and down. So this is the main sound, and I froze everything just so like it wouldn't lag and stuff. So we'll go over that sound first. So I'm gonna unfreeze it real quick. So this sounds really cool. I'm gonna take everything else that I have off of it for like post-processing. And this took just a little bit of time, but to be honest, like, I loaded up some presets and I started playing around with them, and I manipulate them to like whichever one sounds pretty close to it in the first place. I start manipulating it so I can get it even closer. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't start this one from scratch. So yeah, I just want to be honest with you guys. But with sound design, you can always do that. Like, don't be afraid to take presets and then start manipulating them and deconstructing them, because that's the only way like I was able to really get as close as I could. Has that same like characteristic that the main like synth or the main bass sound is. So this is it without post-processing. Sounds pretty cool. It has a little bit of like a hiss to it. I kind of like it. So I'll take everything off, like all the effects and stuff, so that way you guys can see what's going on in the patch. And as always, if you guys watch my other videos, I always put a link in the description, so that way you guys can download all of the presets and the project file that I'm using if you have Ableton Live 10. And if not, and you got Serum, then you can just get the presets and start messing around with them. So in this preset, there was this wavetable called Butterflies. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like metallic-y. Oh, and then it's got a little bit of noise on it. So we put that on. But this LFO is doing like all of the work. I probably should put on trigger. But it's doing 1/4 notes, and for this one I was messing around with the LFO a bit. If I brought it like over here to the grid, it didn't sound the way I wanted it, so I just brought it in a little closer. But there's like no FM work going on in this. I don't know what this stands for. Coarse pitch. So coarse pitch, I just brought it up a little bit to kind of match what the song was at. I brought this down an octave, made it detuned, and it's just doing like that push and pull technique that I've talked about in my other videos, and if you watch company videos, like he talks about that a lot. So then adding the second one, it's called looper. So this one's up a bit higher, and then the coarse pitch I brought up also, but it's detuned as well, making sure that you keep the random knob all the way down so you're not like phasing when you're playing. You hear the like big difference that makes. There's like phasing going on when the random's up because it's starting at different like intervals within the wavetable. But I got both of those on with unisons up, 8 for the first one, 9 for the second one, and this one's doing a sync to add a bit like high into it. And then this is where like the sound starts forming. So I put this sample hold filter on it. So okay, 3074 hertz. So when you start messing with this, you'll hear the difference. I think it's like a bit crusher. Ooh, got it. So I think it's like a bit crusher. So it's, I don't know what it's doing, but it's like adding this really good fundamental, I guess, to the sound. Like I said, I'm trying to make this tutorial real quick for you guys. After that, we got hyperdimension. And then we got distortion, diode 2. So it's adding a bit more grit to it. The flanger. And like I said, presets in the description if you guys want it. If anything, you can just check out what my knobs are at right here. After that, multiband compression. Turn that down a little bit. After that, there's this comb. I think it's like high shelf. I don't know what, high low 6 minus. To be honest, like I love sound design and it's so much fun, but like it's even better when you're messing around with stuff and you don't know what they do, because when you come up with a sound that's like you're just messing around with stuff, it's like the best feeling ever. I think this is at 103, so listen. So like with the combs filter, you can get a lot of cool, interesting sounds. And I'm going to show you like in the other patches too, that I love using the phaser. It makes things sound so like guttural. It's kind of like Virtual Riot where it has that like robotic tone to it. But I'll show you guys in the next patches. So this EQ is just helping like clean up the low and the highs, and the LFO is controlling it just like it is. Oh God. Just like all the other controls here with the blue line on it. And then I just got a reverb on it, and then I put a macro control. If you guys don't know how to put macro controls, you just grab this little arrow here, and then you can drag it and place it on whatever other macro knob you want, and then you can start messing around with it. So I did it on the reverb. I don't know. I don't think I actually used it, but I thought it was cool. So if you guys get the preset, you can at least like mess around with it if you make your own sound and stuff. And then LFO 3, this one's important. So I do this in a lot of my bass sound design. So what I do is I'll draw a curve or even like a slope that's just going from left to right, like a ramp up, like this. stuff like that. And this is going to be controlling the coarse pitch. So we'll find LFO3. So when you first do this, you just have LFO3, right? It doesn't have anything connected to it. So when you go to the matrix and you click over here on the left side, you'll see it like this with the 3 lines. You just click LFO3, and then you go here to global master tune, and when you click it, you just click these arrows to go left and right rather than just to the right. And then I have it just going up. I think it's 2, not 3. But you'll hear it when I mess with it. Actually kind of sounds cool like that. I want to hear what it sounds. I think that might actually be closer, to be honest, guys. I think that might be closer to like the actual sound. Oh god, it's not frozen, so. Alright, you know what? I'm going to keep it going down in pitch because that sounded pretty cool. And Ike told me to bring it down lower too, because like I messaged him and I showed him, you know, like I mentioned Ike earlier, my other like producer friend. So he was like, yeah, take it down an octave, and I tried and it didn't sound good, but doing it like that works. So thank you, Ike. Shout out to Ike Da Vinci. All right, so after that, this is what I normally do, like on my post-processing. I'll put this company OTT that I learned from watching one of his videos just to bring up the high end of a sound that's pretty like mid bass heavy or oriented. And then this VR fat rack. And I found this tubular pan. All you gotta do is just type it up here. And I'm not gonna type on it because last time I did that while I was recording, my computer just shut down. So we're not gonna do that. So I just typed in like, what was it called? Frequency shifter, and then this popped up tubular pan as a preset that's just in Ableton. So I just, like I said, I was experimenting and just playing around with stuff, and this made it sound pretty cool. And all I did was bring this tune knob down to match the key, and then the dry wet I just kept really, really, really low. This is 2.4%. I don't want all that going through. And then I just took the decay down. And then after that, I found another one, which is called Panning Rezo. So it sounds like it's kind of like panning a bit. But that one's also at 3.2%. And then an EQ, cutting it at 166 hertz. So that way the low end isn't clashing. And then I use this basement reverb, which is another Ableton stock reverb preset. And I just automated it here for dry and wet because his bass sound is very like, it sounds like it's flying, bro. Like it's just so loud and like wide. So I figured like might as well use reverb throws. Sorry that like my computer can't keep up with it too. I'll try to freeze it. I just hope my computer doesn't like go down on me. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. So if you guys are watching this and you're liking it so far, I know I'm going through it real quick. I just don't have like a lot of time. Like I said, I want to make this real fast. If you want to, like I say in my other videos, message me or like follow and support me. I'll put my Instagram somewhere on the screen right here, so that way you guys can follow me, send me messages and stuff, and yeah, we could talk. After that, I have this one here. This one was a lot of fun to make. This is what I started out with first, and I ended up making a better sound, but I do like this sound a lot. Honestly, I don't know why it's going that fast, but it's supposed to be a little slower. I think the rate the rate wasn't automated. It kind of reminds me a lot of Company, and like most of my sound design is based off of Company too. But yeah, I'll show you guys how to make that right now. Just gotta take all these off. I should probably just group them, like, to be honest, but whatever. But yeah, no post-processing. Oh my gosh, guys, it closed out.
5 minutes later.
So Ableton closed on me, which is great. I like how I was talking about that, and it happened, right? Whatever. That's what I get for trying to run a 2011 MacBook Pro on Ableton Live 10 and Mac OS Mojave. Like, I'm pushing this thing, guys. So this is what I made. So that's before any of like the post processing. So I'll go through this one real quick with you guys too. Like I said, this is like all sound design, so like it takes a while to explain everything. So when I sound design, I just basically try to come up with a flow, or like not a flow, but like a shape of the sound. So I started off just with this square wave, and that like bit crush sound, that distortion, that's from like the side chain, if you guys hear that. So this is controlling the movement of it, and then this LFO2 is going to like other different knob controls, not really movement. So this is going to like FM, some other wavetable positions and stuff. And usually with LFO2, I'll do it like half the rate of the first LFO. So this one's at 1/4. So this one's at 1/2. So I found this one, this wow one. Jeez, forgot where it was, but you guys will have the preset. But it's giving it that like really cool like rah, rah noise because of the sync right here. I think it was at like around there. Brought it up a 7th and also 1 octave up, and then the FM is getting messed with here. Randoms are down on it. Put a comb minus filter on it. So you can see what the LFOs are controlling on the comb filter. And then I do the same thing right here with LFO3 like I did in the last patch. So it's controlling the master tune right here. And this one's going up to 3. Sorry, 2. After that, put on hyperdimension, distortion, actually, you know what? I'm gonna change that. And then we got this reverb here. Oh my god, it like closed out on me. Guys, it crashed again. I'm having like a terrible time doing this, but I gotta get through it so I can show you guys this tutorial. Alright, we gotta go fast. So, frequency shifter after as the first part of post-processing. And then I found this slow churn preset. Put Yo Man on for metallic flavor. So it's at 40%, but it would sound like this if it was at 100. So you can use that for metallic goodness on your basses. Company OTT again. VR Fat Rack. And then mid-side EQ, which I talk about in my video called How to Layer Dubstep Basses. So that's helping it act as support for like the main bass. So it's filling up some empty room, and I keep it really low when it comes to the volume. So yeah, we're gonna freeze that. I'm so scared like when I'm freezing and unfreezing, if that's like making Ableton crash so much. I don't know, but like my CPU's like at what, like 40% and stuff, I think it's just because I have OBS open too. So this is hitting every fourth beat, I think. So it's kind of like a chant, but it sounds cool because it's a Serum bass. So we're gonna take all this off again. So like I said before, like I go through presets and I manipulate them. So this one is a shout out to Excellent Sound because they had done a Skrillex Humble tutorial like way back, and I still had some of their presets that they gave out for free, so I manipulated it, and I wanted to keep this on here so that way, you know, I want to give credit where credit's due to Excellent Sound. Awesome YouTube channel, make sure you check them out too. They have really good remakes and I've learned a lot from it, so make sure you go check out Danny and Parker over there. But this is gonna be the sound with no post-processing or anything else on it. Man, I feel like this video is going to be really long. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm trying to show you everything that's going on this. Damn, you can't even hear it. Yeah, you can't even hear it until like stuff's put on. There you go. There's a little gurgle. So LFO1 is pretty much controlling everything when it comes to the movement and stuff. So yeah, it's just this analog sine wave, and then this basic shape here that's getting manipulated by the sync, and then it has this filter on it, so it's like very low oriented, and all of this I think should bring it up. Yeah, so EQ work, multi-band compression to bring up some volume and dynamics, distortion from diode 2. So this is where I really started messing around with it a lot. It was with the Combs filter, but yeah, cutoffs at 44 hertz, and then all this stuff right here, and then reverb filter, and that's it. LFO1, they're also using it for the master tuning as well. Yep. But the post-processing is where I bring a lot of stuff out. So this OTT4 band, like I talked about in one of my other videos, is from Reed Stefan's video, and I linked it before. I think it's in my how to rhythm, or it's my how to layer dubstep basses, but either way, if you haven't seen any of those, go check them out. There's a lot of like helpful tips that I have for you guys there, and I'd love for you guys to learn more, you know, because learning's important. Got this EQ on there with mid-side, and then this is a plugin I talk about a lot. It's called MSED. It's by Voxengo, and it's free. It's to push things to the side or the mid. So if you need something that's like thick and guttural, or want to be like mono, then you just put the mid up. If you want it to go to the sides and be more stereo, then you just bring the side gain up, and if you right click and hold, then you bring one up and you're bringing the other one down as well at the same time. So it's like a dual control. But yeah, that's what I use all the time to push things to the side or mono. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna freeze again. Well, this will freeze, but I don't know if my Ableton will crash again. So, come on, Ableton gods. Work with me here, please. I'm just a kid trying to make YouTube tutorials. Let's see, bass 2. So, let's check this bad boy out. Yeah. Sounds like it's crunching on something. Yeah, I like it a lot. So this is going to be kind of like the other ones, but just using different wavetables. So I have this sine format wavetable from a pack, and then this one, I think it's from the Ableton Live 10 wavetables that I downloaded online. Orlin. I think it was collection. Yeah, Orlin. So I'll take all this off. Whew, the beer is getting to me. All right, so I don't know. I called it biting bass because I feel like it sounds like it's crunching, like rah, 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 rah. So I put it at that. Same kind of like technique as before, FMing it, making sure the random is down, make sure this one's down too. Sometimes I really like miss like what it is that I was doing in these patches. High notch filter to get like some more like vowel-y sounds coming from that resonant peak. LFOs are controlling the different parameters. All right, effects time. So hyperdimension, tube distortion, phaser. So this is what I was talking about, phaser. I love the phaser. It's so cool. You hear like that robotic grit? Oh, I love it. The phaser's so good. Usually I just put it, select BPM, turn the rate down, and I start playing with like the depth and the frequency. Here, let's play with it. So I think it was at 75%. So we'll mess with the frequency. Oh, it reminds me of Virtual Riot. Honestly, I forgot where I put it. I think it was like that. Chorus. Combs filter. Multi-band compression. God, the low end's coming through. Oh God. But it's okay, because we're going to EQ it anyways, so. Company OTT as always. VR Fat Rack. EQ mid-side compression, mid-side EQ. That basement reverb. And then MSED. And then we're gonna freeze it because I don't want this to crash on me. Damn guys, I feel like I'm super cringy right now. Another thing too that I want to say is like thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers and like going past that too. Like that means so much to me, and I'm glad I'm able to help you guys so much. And I don't want to stop. I want to keep making a ton of stuff for you guys to learn from. Also, I forgot to tell you about this. So this is like a little one shot that I took out of the song. I think it's the bass hit. So what I did was kind of use it like a chant. So it's hitting with the other bass right here. So I'll put those together.
Getting Hyphy.
But yeah, that's to like emphasize that chant hit and stuff. All right, guys. So like this was pretty weird. I was going really fast. Ableton kept crashing on me, but yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I know I was kind of like all over the place, but I wanted to make this really quick. If you like the video, please make sure that you leave a like. If you download any of the presets or like from any of the links that I put in the description, if there's a problem with it, let me know in the comments. That way I can fix it. If you want to learn more and keep up with me and my videos, make sure that you subscribe and that you also click the notification bell so that way you can get notified when my next videos come out. Yeah, like I said, this was a really quick tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out. Bye.